Body keeps the score. I wanted to share this little story with you because this is, it's pretty wild and pretty amazing about energy, which is why I'm so fascinated about energy. So stay tuned while I tell you my quick story. So last week, gosh, it's been 2 weeks now. I had a vertigo attack, a sudden onset attack of vertigo, and it lasted for 4 days. I thought I just had the flu. I thought something was going on, and I just laid in bed, tried to heal, did a lot of meditation, thinking it would just clear out, that it was some flu bug. Well, it wasn't. I actually had my daughter take me to the urgent care. They checked my ears. No sinus infection, ears were perfect, all that was good. So they did history with me about what had changed in the last 2 or 3 months. And the only thing that had changed was that I was working at the animal sanctuary and I was around hay. So this is like bending down, picking up bales of hay, breathing the alfalfa dust, breathing all the dust and dirt from the hill where the sanctuary is. And I was hauling hay in my truck. So I've got hay particles and dust in my truck, even though I've cleaned it 1,000 times. So moral of the story is use your intuition and remember that body keeps the score, because the back story to this is that the moment I picked up hay for the first time, my first day when I put my gloves on and I had my sunglasses on and I was cutting the strings off the hay bale so that I could put the hay in the wheelbarrow, I had an intuitive hit that this is not going to be good for me. Well, I was thrilled about working with horses. I was over the moon that I was going to get to feed them, be with them, give them water, and then also communicate with them and do some healing work with them. So I ignored that whole comment. Well, that whole message or that thought that I had. Well, fast forward to a couple weeks later, the owner needed help hauling hay. So since I have a Tahoe, I broke it all up and put 2 or 3 bales at a time in the back of my Tahoe, if you can even imagine that. I have pictures. But there was hay particles flying all over my truck. And even though I vacuumed the truck, again, I was breathing the hay, and I was noticing, I realized later in the day that I had a headache. And I didn't really pay attention to it, but over the span of time, I kept having headaches that were like, it felt like a band around my head and a lot of pressure up here. Well, the urgent care doctor said that this was related to sinuses. So probably what happened was I had internal allergies instead of external allergies, and my sinuses got messed up and drained into my ear canals and messed with the crystals, which gave me the vertigo. So body keeps the score. If you can remember, anytime you have any sort of physical symptoms, stop. You can ask your body, like another way, I've told you this before about putting your hand on your heart. You can put your hand on the area in your body that's experiencing physical symptoms, and you can ask that part of your body what's going on, what it needs, and how you can help it. You will be amazed the messages that you get. But I had several indications and signs about body keeping the score, these messages. Now, I want to show you this book. I highly, highly, highly recommend it. This book is about trauma healing and how trauma is held in your cells. It's one of the biggest things that I do in theta healing. But the fun thing is we really get to look at trauma and messages in our cells and how that affects to our outward physical body. So just remember that. I highly recommend this book. Body keeps the score. I now will remember, even though I'm a healer and I'm a teacher and I work with other people, we're human. We forget our tools and our tricks. So I just want to pass that information along with you. That book is amazing. I highly recommend it. And always remember to listen to your body. I did, and I'm back on track. So anyway, thank you, and I'll talk to you soon.